Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a what happens to any black man on this app, including being on the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested. I don't care.
I believe you're a top tier man. By what standard?
By what standard?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm
when I'm in a
interested to know.
relationship, I'm not speaking about myself, but if you ask me a direct question, I can answer it anecdotally. I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year.
This is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids, but
obviously,
there's
what
that.
was that?
I just want to say there's no hope for these men.
Her name is D-Rock.
D-Rock is my girl.
No. They said she been talking to Greg. Oh, so you D-Rock? You D-Rock.
Hell no.
So, you talking to my man?
Do it look like I would talk to your man?
I don't know, because it seems like you want him.
Some house cleaning before we get started. For those who've been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate your support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door, for me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Everybody, your engagement absolutely helps promote me into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now let's get to it. Drop the video. Let's go.
Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a fuck what happens to any black man on this app, including being on the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested. I don't care, because these are the same men that said that they're not going to vote for a black woman unless they get child support forgiveness. We need to understand that black men ask for people to not take their lives seriously, to not care if someone unjustly shoots them or uses excessive force on them. They told us that they don't give a fuck about none of that. All they care about is child support forgiveness. So I don't give a fuck if there's a story of a black man from a tree or anything else at this point. I don't care anymore. I care about what's happening to black women, but not black men. Because again, these are the same men that said they don't give a fuck about anything else but child support forgiveness. Stop showing them.
This is what a sick mind looks like. That you would take an incident of a man being pew-pewed in his neck by his white neighbor that has harassed both him and his black wife for years, where it ends in such a violent act. You would say you don't care what happens to that man and his family because a few men got on social media and said they'll vote for Kamala Harris if they're given child support forgiveness. That's all it took for you to say, I don't care about black men, none of y'all. Just a few men having an asinine take on child support forgiveness. That's all it took, just them to say, I won't vote for Kamala Harris unless I get child support forgiveness. And you said, F black men. I don't care if they get shot by the police. I don't care if they lose their life. I don't care if they're from a tree. That's all it took. You don't like black men. You do not like black men. You have contempt and hatred for black men, because I can't fathom that little thing of a few men wanting child support forgiveness makes you say, I don't care if y'all live or die. You don't like black men to start. You're a misandrist. You literally hate black men. It's misandry noir. And you cannot stand the fact that black men, some of them, refuse to go along with your programming of do as we say and do as you told. And so now it's just like, burn them all because you don't like black men to start. What a hateful bitch you have to be to want to get rid of all the men that share your reflection over political babble. This is a sickness, man. And you can't tell me there hasn't been black women in your life that have said something you disagree with, political, socially, or just in particular, but I don't see you making posts saying F them all and you wish the police would just unalive them in the streets with impunity. This is sick. This is sick. And this is the stuff I say when they make their posts saying they don't understand why black men are bashing black women. I don't see the black women bashing black men online. Bullshit. You see it. You see it. You just ignore it. or you accept it and you think it's natural and normal. Look, I don't have any hate for these two ladies. I think they're very attractive ladies. My only thing about a post like this, I key in on the fact the aunt is 45, the niece is 36. That's what a 9-year age gap between those two, and they're really mirror images of one another. The 45-year-old aunt is still out here competing with her 36-year-old niece. But why? Why, ma'am? Why are you still out here competing with younger women? You don't look bad. Your niece doesn't look bad. I'm not going to be up here in front and throw shade at these women as if they're not attractive women. They both clearly are. But I see something bigger. I see older women who should be elders, who should be leading younger women, advising younger women, steering them into productive relationships with productive men of value who will have stable families and produce a stable community, still out here competing with these women. This is why the black community is in the shape it's in. It's in shambles because you got women, black women in particular, who are in a perpetual state of arrested development. They don't want to grow up. They want to be a thought-of-us kid their whole entire life. Lord have mercy.
I believe you're a top tier man. By what standard?
By what standard?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I'm in a
to know.
relationship, I'm not speaking about myself, but if you ask me a direct question, I can answer it anecdotally. I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. Only about, I mean, there's niggas, and I mean, if you think about it on a world level, I'm in the top 1%. And I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math. Go to you.
What is your math? Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation alone makes him not ideal or your type, right?
Not ideal for you.
Anybody, right? We're speaking about me. He asked me for my opinion and what my thought was, and that's what I'm giving, just like you, right? If we're speaking anecdotally. The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dreams.
And with all that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk. So at the end of the day, what is that?
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids. But
obviously,
obviously,
what was that?
Make a woman a priority, she'll make you an option. All that she said was simply shade, right? I find it funny how a woman will sit up there with a hair costume on and tell a man that a 6'4" black man with braids in his head isn't attracted to the women in her circle. So fucking what? What we're speaking about is simply the things that women, black women such as yourself, get on social media and say what they want in an initial attraction from a man. He has to be tall, 6 foot and over, preferably. He has to look a certain way and he has to make a certain amount of money. The man hit all of those parameters, right? All those things, those attributes that black women constantly get on social media and say they're looking for, he hits those and she knows it. And that's why she's salty, because she knows she can't attack his looks. So what does she go to next? She goes to the very thing that men like myself and all the manosphere and every man that has female-centric content to try to bring black women out of their psychosis will tell black women to look for first, before the 6 foot, before the aesthetics and before the money, character. She named character. You know why she went to the character? Because he didn't say anything about his character. He just said what makes him a top tier man. solely based on what attracts women to him initially, right? This is what he was saying. He didn't go into the breakdown of what would keep a woman once she gets into a dating scenario with him. He was simply saying what black women are attracted to, and she knows it. She knows it. She's salty as hell. She knows he had her dead to right. Bravo, Cooley, for going on this cackling hyena show and really just telling them the truth of it. He is a man that a lot of black women desire. She knows it. That's why she has that look of disdain and utter contempt on her face. I got to talk today, but I'm getting it out. Right? This is why she looks that way. That's why she has that god awful grimace on her face. It's because he had her dead to right. She knows it. So all she had at the end was some insults and trying to shame him from the actual point of what she asked. What makes him a high tier man? For the initial attraction of black women. And he hit all the attributes. And she couldn't refute it because she knows she knows he had her dead to right. Good job, Cooley. By the way, that's Cooley from the No Fugazi podcast. Y'all can go check him out on YouTube. I don't really do content oftentimes on other content creators on YouTube, but sometimes I will. And I wanted to do this one because he was on this particular podcast that I think it's 8 at the Table. It's a god awful podcast. People like Ace Metaphor and the likes on there. Women like this, just the typical shaming and insults, and trying to belittle someone when they can't shake them off their square. Let's go to the next one.
I just want to say there's no hope for these men. Bitch, why is my tire so flat? Hold on. Why is my tire so fucking flat I can't even drive on it? And these dusty motherfuckers want to drive up in a Brano right next to me talking about, hey, shorty. I'm like, yes? Hey, you fine? What's your Instagram? Bitch, do you not see me trying to change my tire? You're sitting in the car asking me for my Instagram? Anyways, let's change this tire.
You're driving a Porsche and you're changing your own flat. Where's your roadside assistant, right? Like, you have a luxury vehicle with no roadside assistance and you're missing a shoe. Where the hell is your other shoe at? You're so worried about a dusty man asking you about your Instagram, which he should have been asking for your fans only, because that's exactly what you do, which is why you have a Porsche. You took an opportunity to set your phone up to shame men because no one showed you chivalry. No one helped you fix your flat tire. And why should they? You're a random woman on the street. No one owes you anything. You're not entitled to men's labor simply because you have a vagina. And a vagina that millions of men can see if they do a Google search. So you can get on here as much as you like, ma'am, and I'll use that term very loosely. You get on here as much as you like and try to shame men because no one shows you chivalry and helped you fix your flat tire or change your flat tire. It ain't going to change anything. You're still a woman that expects men to facilitate traditionalism while you're modern and out here thotting it up and being promiscuous and have your own, your fans only account where millions upon millions of men, if they choose so, can pay to see your cookies. Fix your own damn tire.
Her name is D-Rock.
D-Rock is my girl.
No. They said she been talking to Greg. Oh, so you D-Rock? You D-Rock.
Hell no.
So, you talking to my man?
Do it look like I would talk to your man?
I don't know, because it seems like you want him.
Nah.
Nah.
Do you see me?
What do I say? What?
My
See
man,
what?
my girl.
No. You're trying to play me right now with the fake muscles. No, you're trying to deceive me. Because you got to think for
Who
Greg.
mans is this?
That's my fiance.
Who are you?
I'm Tracy, and I'm not delusional, but they told me that you were talking to Greg.
Shorty, I'm a whole female. Like, what is we talking about? I'm a whole lesbian. What I want with Greg?
Oh, you just private acting.
What?
Don't try it. Don't try it.
Yo, Shorty, go ahead, Shorty.
What is going on in Stud Nation? Look, y'all, the stud and lesbian side of TikTok has some of the best content I've found on the app. Like, they are a whole ass experience. You could watch their shit for hours and find shit like this on it. What the hell was going on? Clearly, in this, a straight woman confronts a stud about fooling around with her man. And the stud is like, what the hell are you talking about? Why would I be dealing with Greg? I'm a whole ass lesbian. And she's a very, very masculine presenting stud. She even got muscles. I don't know what the hell she's taking or what her regimen is, but good Lord. Still got breasts though. Just, I don't know what they be doing on that side, man, but Stud Nation is hilarious. Hilarious. It is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. And this was just one of the many videos I have coming from Stud Nation. They do the most on that side, man. And this shit was hilarious. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Get it cracking in the comments. I'll see y'all in the credits. 2 fingers, peace. Stud King, stand up. See y'all in the next one. I'm out of here, man.
Like Jesus.
I don't ask for much from you. It's like you don't got the time to lose. Made me feel like I'm a burden when I tell you how I'm hurting. No, you just say you're sorry to say you did. I ain't over it. So let me take my time and talk my shit until I'm over it. Ooh, if you don't want the hate, you should act right. I'll be talking about you in a past time when you say